Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Give It a Try. Tonight we're going to do part two, Doctor Who The Reboot. If you haven't seen part one, check out the link in the well below. Okay, David Tennant. He takes over after Chris Eccleston. How does he do? Well, I'll just tell you this. If you've got a kid, girl or boy, between 8 and 12 years old, and you're not watching this show, you are missing something. Because David Tennant is an actor that brings incredible heart to this show. He really transforms it. Things gel under David Tennant, basically. You've got some terrific writing, you've got a great production team, and then you've got this magnetic presence of David Tennant, and you can see here, who's quite a good looking guy. Also, apparently was a Doctor Who fan himself when he was a kid, so it's sort of a lifelong dream. I'm not really sure, but at any rate, he just brings to this character so much. He's got a couple of female companions that he goes to, and both of those women are excellent actors. Great comedic element. They mix all the genres. You got horror, you got comedy, you got drama, and you've got just downright good TV. I mean, you just sit for an hour and you don't even see the time go by. So much goes on in the show in every single episode where they time travel to all kinds of different places. France, right before the revolution, then they go to the future, they do all sorts of things, the year 5 billion, they play with all kinds of different genres. And some of the most memorable villains come up under David Tennant's watch. You've got the introduction of the Weeping Angels, which is the most popular episode ever in Doctor Who that happens with David Tennant. Now, after an amazing 4-year run, unfortunately, he says bye. I'm living in China with my son alone at the time when I discovered Doctor Who, watching it every night. So happy to have David Tennant in my living room. You can imagine both of us were just crushed when we saw, oh, there's no more David Tennant years. Matt Smith is coming up. A little bit of age discrimination. We're thinking, hey, Matt Smith is a little bit young. I'm not sure he can do this. Well, guess what? Matt Smith blows this thing out of the water. He's absolutely riveting from his very first performance. It's the kind of thing where you just don't see how it can get any better because David Tennant has so much talent. But Matt Smith somehow does it. Somehow he saw how it could get better because from the very first show, which is the 11th hour, he begins. He only goes for 3 seasons, but he doesn't. He is an embodiment of Doctor Who and brings a dimension of to the character that David Tennant, for all his amazing talent, was not able to do. Because Matt Smith, even though he's very young and he has a very young face, he also has this quirkily old-looking face. So what he brings to the character is this kind of, you feel the weight of 900 years. The character Doctor Who is 900 years old, right? He's an alien, the last of his kind on top of it. So you feel all of that solitude and that weight on his shoulders. At the same time, you feel this like childlike happiness and spontaneity. I mean, your kid will just love that. I mean, he plays with that, and he's got his little bow ties, and he has a waistcoat, and he does a lot of the old sort of Doctor Who things, but there's such a freshness about it at the same time, a childlikeness, and then there is this ancient wisdom that seems to come up in him periodically. So these two guys blow it out of the water. So a huge thumbs up, double thumbs up. David Tennant, we owe you everything. Matt Smith, we owe you even more somehow. Don't know how you did it, but please, if you're not watching, go on, download these shows, watch those David Tennant, Matt Smith years. Look forward to seeing you next time for part 3. That is the one where I review Doctor Who after we've been abandoned by Matt Smith. Sorry, but that's sort of how I think a lot of Doctor Whodom feels. Is that he just left a little bit too early. So I'll be reviewing that last season that started in 2013. It's been fun, guys. See you next time.